I'm at Hampstead Forest today and I'm going to try out the Lone Peak 8s. This will be the second run in the shoe. The first run was just local trails and it was really wet and muddy. So although the shoe felt really good, I couldn't get a good feel of it because it was just too soft underfoot. So here at Hampstead Forest there's a much bigger mix of trails. You've got the stony, dry forest paths. You've also got wet, boggy marshes. You've got single track, cambers, bit of everything really, so it'll get a really good testing today. The things that I noticed with this shoe already, first of all, like most ultra shoes, it's a zero drop. So the heel and the forefoot is the same height. I've had no problem with that whatsoever. I've always had a mix of drop shoes, including fell shoes, spikes, cross country and track. They've all been low to zero drops, so just stepping into a zero drop trail shoe is no problem whatsoever. I also think like it's an advantage having a zero drop shoe on these sort of trails because you're just close to the ground. Yeah, it feels more natural as well, so not an issue at all. This shoe was surprisingly well cushioned. Now normally a well cushioned trail shoe means that you can't really feel what's happening on your feet. That wasn't the case. It's well cushioned but it's still nice and flexible, so it really molds the shape of the ground. The grip on the sole is a good chevron sole, so you get a good grip going uphill, but the reverse chevron on the heel means that when you're coming downhill you're getting a bit more grip coming downhill as well. The other unique thing about the Ultras is the shape of the forefoot. As you can see, it's much wider than most shoes. That was one of my big concerns when I started wearing Ultra shoes. I thought that my foot would slide around inside. However, it's such a good lockdown around the midfoot that doesn't really matter that your toes spread out. And actually that was the one thing that put me off, but it's actually the one thing I really liked about the shoe. Because my toes could spread out, I felt I could feel the ground better. You know, your toes are spread so you can feel and get more balance. It felt really good. Slightly toughened toe box there, so kicking any stones, it's going to protect your toes. And another thing, it's a small thing but it's something that's important. I've lock laced my shoe. Now normally when you lock lace your shoes you can sometimes run out of lace. There's still plenty of laces to get a good double bow in as well. So that's my first findings on the shoe. I'll give it a really good test today and hopefully it'll be a positive experience. So I'm back in the car now and I did 9 mile on very mixed trails wearing the Lone Peak, and
I'd say I had a really good test. I did some really deep, sloppy paths. There was good forest trails, open fells, cambers, multiple river crossings, heather bashing, a lot of dead bracken I had to get through as well. I think I slipped twice on the whole run, which is pretty good for a trail shoe. It might have been a bit better in a shoe with a deeper lug, but sometimes when the mud's that deep, it doesn't really matter what you wear, it still slips. So the fact that I didn't fall down or feel vulnerable at all is a good indication that the shoe's working really well. I would say if I was going to run these sort of like forest paths on sticking to the fire breaks, the roads to the paths, I think I would go for something like a Timp, or something a bit more cushioned. If I want performance, I think the Lone Peak would be better. For the mixture, like today with the mixture where some of it was very difficult trails, with a little bit of forest paths, that shoe was perfect. One of my concerns I'd mentioned earlier was the width of the forefoot, whether my foot would be sliding around inside, but the shoe held so well around the heel and around the midfoot that your toes don't slide at all. It's just that lovely space, you know, your feet can spread out, you can feel what the ground's doing. Like I say, the shoes had enough cushioning so you couldn't feel the stones. It wasn't clumpy at all. It is just a really good shoe. I really enjoyed it. If you want to do the sort of runs I did today, it's certainly a good shoe to wear for it. If I was going to be a bit more competitive and want to race, I might want to sacrifice a little bit of weight and go for a thinner sole shoe, more aggressive sole, just get that little bit more performance out of it. But certainly for a training run, it was great, really good shoe.